And the UK government is trying to do this because they are trying to increase the pay rise for doctors. The best time to start planning is now, because if you are not coming on the healthcare visa, guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fajira. If you're joining me for the very first time, I'm so happy to have you all in our beautiful family. For my returning subscribers, thank you very much for always coming back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate. God bless you. If you're new to this channel, I create content on how you can migrate to the UK, jobs with visa sponsorship in the UK immigration updates, live in the UK, everything you can think about the UK. So if you're someone who is interested in such contents, do hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. So guys, let's quickly dive right into today's video. So in today's video, as earlier mentioned, that I'm going to be sharing the recent visa prices and also immigration surcharge for new migrants, just in case you're planning to go for your visa application, or just in case you're still in the process of securing a job, so you can start preparing yourself, start gathering this money and get ready. So once it's time for your visa application, you will not be surprised. But if you're coming as a healthcare worker, this may affect you, but not significantly. We all know that the healthcare visa fee is subsidized, and also the IHS is written off. We don't know if the government is going to say, since you're coming as a healthcare assistant or maybe a care assistant, pay for your dependents and don't pay for yourself. We don't know that, but currently we all know that if you're coming as a healthcare assistant, you don't pay IHS for your family, you don't pay IHS for your partner, you don't even pay IHS for yourself, and you pay a smaller amount for your visa fee. So I'm going to share what the government have said recently and the recent fees for your visas application and also your COS. So just as you can see on my screen, this week on July 13, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak revealed that visa application fees are set to increase significantly alongside immigration health surcharge, which gives migrants access to NHS. He explained that the fee rises were to help the government raise funds for other areas of public spending. Like we all know that doctors have been going on strike more regularly recently, and the UK government is thinking of how they can cut this down. I remember going for a procedure recently, and the procedure I went for was actually booked, I think, a year ago, but due to strike, they kept postponing, and finally I was able to get a place to go for that procedure. So you can imagine how many people are in the same circumstances, that maybe you have a health challenge or you have something that you really need the doctors to pay attention to, but because they're on strike, they are not able to do that, which is why the government is looking at this area to see if the funds that will be raised from this area will be added to doctors so they can function very well. We all know that we need the doctors to always be on call. We need them to always be active because of a lot of things that are going on now. Sometimes for you to get an appointment with a doctor takes longer. They would rather say, okay, the nurses should attend to you. And remember, it's not everything that the nurses have idea about, which is why the government is looking at bringing this strike to an end by doing what he's about to do. So just as you can see on my screen, what will the new UK visa fees be? The government has said that UK work and visa fees will be increased by 15%, and that all other visa fees are set to rise by a minimum of 20%. So which means that if you're coming as a visitor, for instance, if you used to pay £100 before, you are going to pay an additional 20% of that on your visa fee. For now, it is unclear when the new fees will be formally introduced. As for the immigration health surcharge increase, it will now cost £1,035 per person per annum, which is per year. Those who are eligible for a discount, including students and children, will have to pay £776, which equates to a 66% increase. So you can imagine this is more than 50% increase on the immigration's health surcharge. The UK latest visa fees across all categories will be found on the government website. I'm going to just leave it running on the screen so you can see what the fees are at the moment. So as for the immigration health surcharge, when it was first introduced back in March 2015, migrants had to pay £200 per application. The fee doubled to £400 in December 2018. They increased once more in December 2020 to £600 £424 per adult applicant and £470 per discounted applicant, which covered children and students. What are the current UK visa fees? The visa fee a migrant pays depend on the type of visa they are after. So like I earlier mentioned, that there is no flat rate for all the visas categories. It depends on the type of visa. It depends on how many years you are applying for. So that is what you will pay. Just as you can see, including the length of time, the main purpose of their visit, the number of entries into the country they want, the industry they work in, and more. Remember I mentioned that if you're working as a healthcare assistant or in the healthcare sector, your visa fee is quite different from somebody who is still on the tier 2 visa but working in another sector. There are lots of visas categories that if you're coming to the UK, you will have to pay IELTS. But lucky for healthcare workers, the government made it very easy for them to move into the UK with their family without paying for IELTS. But we don't know if this new changes is going to affect the healthcare workers. We're going to look at that. So as you can see on my screen, NHS IELTS fee to rise from £624 per year to £1,035 per year. You can imagine the difference, like almost times 2 of the price. Then visit and work visa, post-study work visa to increase by 15%. So whatever you are about to pay for your post-study work visa, it's going to be increased by 15%, which is why it is also said that there is no flat rate for all visas categories. They are increased according to their different categories. So as you can see, cost of study visas, COS, which is a certificate of sponsorship, indefinite leave to remain, settlement status, and others to increase by 20%. Priority visa application will also increase significantly. So just as you can see on my screen, all of these other visa categories are going to be increased by 20%. And you know what that is when it's increased by 20%. It's a whole lot, to be honest. But I would advise that if you are planning to move to the UK now, this is the best time for you to do whatever you want to do. If you're not coming on the healthcare worker visa and you have to come through tier 2 worker visa, that you will have to pay IELTS. Imagine if you're coming with a family of 4, you have to pay for each person. If you have 3 years on your sponsorship, imagine paying £1,035 for each person for 3 years. That's almost £3,100 for one person for 3 years, and you have to pay for the second person. At the end of the day, you will be spending so much on IELTS. So please, if you are one of those who have been planning to come to the UK, not through the healthcare route or through any other means, I would advise that you should facilitate anything you're doing. Just try and make sure that you go in for your visa application on time and start your process, because if you don't do that, trust me, you end up spending more than expected. And we all know a lot of people are selling their properties, selling a lot of things to move to the UK. So imagine you've sold your property, you've sold everything, and yet you're still not able to move because of the new rate you will be paying. It's gonna be sad, yeah? So please try as much as you can to see how you can make your move very fast, so you don't end up gathering the specific amount you think will be enough for your relocation. And at the end of the day, you have to start looking for more money to enable you and your family move to the UK. So guys, this is just what it takes. This was published and I thought I should share with you because I've seen a lot of comments in the comment section asking me, Fadira, what do you have to say about this? Yes, this is what I have to say about this. The government has actually increased it, but to be honest, the date that it will come into effect has not yet been announced. Once that is announced, trust me, I'll come back and share with you. So guys, we've actually come to the end of this video. In my next video, I'm going to share with you how you can move to the UK in a very cheap and affordable way. So stay tuned and keep an eye on that video. Like and share this video with your friends and loved ones. If you're yet to subscribe to join our beautiful family, please do hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. Until I see you in my next video, guys, so take care and have a lovely day. Bye bye for now.